Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
Speaking of regular civilians, there are many regular civilians that are fucking pissed right now, dude. You know why?
What's on their mind?
Because the Supreme Court's going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of noise on this one, brother.
Let's start with this. Number one, how the fuck did that get leaked, and why aren't we talking about that? Why is everyone so mad about what's going to happen? They should, in the interest of democracy, want to know how the fuck that got leaked, number one. And number two, how many times has this happened in the past? You know what I'm saying, bro? So that's just pretty much what this is showing us, bro, is everything we've said all along is true. The elections are frauds, right? Now they're telling us they're frauds. They're like, hey, they interfered. Russia interfered. And Hillary Clinton interfered with Bernie Sanders and Trump and blah and blah.
Cambridge Analytica.
Right? All these interferences that we said existed, they said they didn't exist, but now they do. Now they do. So that's fake. We've said, like, yo, dude, this fucking Supreme Court shit, how's that working out? Like, all these different laws and shit that they got going on. We've talked about the judges that are all shady right now. We got the judge that tried to kill himself. The judge who's fucking making fun of fucking clients while she's sitting there on the bench with another fucking clerk, right?
Yeah.
And now this type of shit.
Like, what is this even? Do you guys understand what this means? Because why are they drafting an opinion about overturning something that's been in place for so long when don't they usually use precedent to make these type of decisions? So basically what I'm saying is, wouldn't it take a case or an actual event that would come to their desk to make a, for them to make a decision on?
Let's see. I think that's what happened, but I'll tell you right now. I think that's what they mean when they say draft opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's, you have to know these law terms,
let's
bro.
See. In a stunning breach of Supreme... Hold on, I sound pretty hot. Chest 1 2 1 2. Yeah.
In a stunning breach.
All right. In a stunning breach of Supreme Court confidentiality, Politico has obtained what it calls a draft of a majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito that would strike down Roe versus Wade. The draft was circulated in early February.
Hold on. Politico has obtained what it calls a draft of a major opinion. Okay, go ahead.
The draft was circulated.
What the hell a draft is still, but go ahead.
I think if we keep reading, maybe it'll tell us.
Yeah.
The draft was circulated in early February. The final opinion has not been released, and votes and language can change before opinions are formally released. The opinion in this case is not expected to be published until late June. If it doesn't say, we're going to Google it.
Yeah, for sure.
What that means exactly. CNN has not independently confirmed the document's authenticity. Politico says it has authenticated the draft. Since I took this down, these notes right here, it is authentic. You know that. We all know that.
Okay, yeah.
A Supreme Court person declined to comment. According to the draft, the court would overturn Roe versus Wade's holding of a federal constitutional right to an abortion. The opinion would be the most consequential abortion decision in decades and transform the landscape of women's reproductive health in America. Politico's publishing of the draft is unprecedented by the high court standards of secrecy. Are you trying to get my attention over there?
Yeah, I have the definition for you.
What?
Of what a draft is.
What is it?
So the Supreme Justices circulate draft opinions internally as a routine and essential part of the court's confidential deliberative work. Although the document described in yesterday's reports is authentic, it does not represent a decision by the court or the final position of any member on the issues in the case. So basically...
So there is a case in question, okay. That's what I wanted to know. Is like, damn, they just be sitting back thinking like, is it time to get rid of Roe versus Wade? Well, here's my opinion. I think it is. Like, what? Who asked you, bruh?
Yeah, exactly.
And I have no standings for or against on this particular. Actually, I hadn't put too much thought into it, because I think I've been pretty transparent on this podcast, or transparent. I've had abortions in the past. I'm not proud of it. So I do think people should have the freedom to do what they want. However, abortions have been weaponized against certain people in this country. So it's a tough thing, to even make an opinion on. But
it's pretty easy for me, bro. Like, I think they're pretty shitty, the whole thing. And what's interesting is and again, you guys, this is my opinion, but they've perverted the minds of women into believing that killing their baby is going to make them equal to men. It's a right.
Right.
Like, you got this right, man. Don't let the men stand in your way.
Correct.
This is your decision. And it's insane to me, bro.
We've
that a
talked about
woman
it
would even want to do that
off camera before. I remember.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. It's like, damn, you convinced them. That's pretty fucking, you know, because they don't give a fuck about the women's rights, bro. It has nothing to do with rights. You hit the nail on the fucking head. We talked about Margaret Sanger. You guys Google Margaret Sanger. She's a eugenicist. If you don't know what a eugenicist is, Google it. Basically, it's someone that gets rid of people based on what do they call it? The official language?
Undesirable.
Undesirable.
Yeah.
But undesirable is typically fucking black people.
Jeez, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
But what do you think about like in the case of like a woman that got raped or something?
Yeah, I mean,
That seems to be the typical one that most people use,
Yeah.
though, when when there's this
Yeah.
type of discussion.
Yeah.
So, I think that situation would deserve maybe some special attention.
Yeah, and
But,
I would point out that that's 1.5% of all abortions, which means 98.5% of everybody going to that fucking office is basically like, I got something better to do.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been promoted. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude, you got your whole future ahead of you, kid. And it's like,
It's a lot of
that's the craziest doublespeak. Like, they got their whole future ahead of them. That baby is younger than the one having the abortion.
No, what you're saying makes a lot of sense because it goes into a lot of the conversation that's being had right now just about gender in general, because we've gotten so far away from the traditional sense that we all used to know when we grew up with, that now there is no answer to any of it. You know what I mean? I believe the whole gender line has been blurred to the point where it has to be kind of, I don't know, bro. I don't even really know how to put words to it, because we'll get into it later, like with the passing of Kevin Samuels, you know, rest in peace, you know. Like, he was bringing forth a conversation about men and women, I think, that has been necessarily missed, and they've been separating us by empowering women, you know, like you're kind of pointing out right now. And it's to the detriment of all of us, though, you know, because it tears apart the fabric of the family unity, you know, because we're all trying to be individuals, you know, and that's how it's so easily.
Hey, hold on real quick. Save that thought.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
put it on Fat Cat Beats on YouTube on your phone.
So we could just get some music
Yeah,
going.
man. I can't take it. It's driving me crazy.
I know. I thought it was going to be a problem watching the last ones without Decide, but it wasn't too bad. You get used to it after a while.
Here, put it over here. Just put it on my desk or something, or whatever you're gonna do. Yeah.
But yeah, I think my whole point was we're taught to be individuals, so then having a baby and, you know, making those tough decisions can get put on hold by the easy choice of, you know, having an abortion, you know, because we have our whole life ahead of us is what we're told, you know, like
it doesn't fit into their system, so they convinced us it doesn't fit into our system.
Yeah.
That's what they
pretty
did.
much, yeah.
They're like, yo, man, a baby that can't be taken care of, they know. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want that.
Yeah, and what's crazy is, bro, is my mom told me, dog, like, what's interesting is the people who originally passed abortion was all Republicans. It was in Nixon's fucking presidency, right? And what it was for, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. What it was for was there was a fucking overwhelming amount of black children in orphanages, bro. And that's what triggered the whole thing. That's what kicked off. She said she remembers it, dude. Just like it was yesterday. She tells me that story all the time. So think about that. Someone who was there. She born in 1948. She was there. She was in her early 20s, bro. She remembers all that shit. She goes, it was an issue. It was on the news all the time, bro. When it was like, yo, dude, these orphanages are like overflowing with like black children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then bam, they passed this fucking abortion law.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
But, like shit, man, it's been a lot of like reasons in before our times why I think that shit is like really up to a woman though. You know what I'm saying? Like we us as men, we kind of we don't really got a place to even have a say so in that shit.
Right.
That's what we've been taught.
I say it's two things that I don't get involved with on a woman's body. It's her hair and her private part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything else, you know, when you're married, you should be entitled to that. Like as a husband, those are your rights to do the husbandly with everything according to law. But as far as personal, like I mean, like whatever she put in her box and whatever, you know what I'm saying? The other thing, like hair, I can't tell you not to wear that wig. I can't tell you not to wear that weave or that fucking color in your hair. It's like,
no, I feel what you're saying about the hair, but that's so much different than a baby, G.
But what I'm saying is
that's your baby too.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying, as far as a woman, period, I named a few things, not just the one thing. Like saying like a man knows his place. Where like her box, it was the one thing I named too. Like let's bring that up. You know, I named that first, and the second thing I say hair.
Right, but I'm saying the baby, bro, is not the pussy.
Yeah, okay, like say for instance, if I got raped, like go back to
1.5%.
Go back to slavery. A lot of us mix from raping. You go in our DNA, we might be cousins.
Okay.
So it's like shit. Sometimes it's necessary, but that's not our place. If the uncle in the back room has sex with somebody's daughter and you leave him with him all the time,
that, like I said, G, that's 1.5% of the cases.
It's just not reported.
1.5% of the cases, though.
That's just not
then
reported.
If it happens, then that's different, bro.
Yeah.
That's different.
But like you say, it happens in our community more. So that's why I'm speaking on it more.
Yeah.
Because like I could say that.
Yeah.
Just off.
But I can say it too, bro.
Not saying
I can
you
say it too,
personally,
G. Like I disagree with the
only
community
reason why I
comment.
said that is because you named that, bro. Like you just said something in all these black kids that's orphans.
Right.
I know black kids that's orphans or went through orphanages and shit, and I'm telling you, it's because like various things. Like I'm gonna disown you because you your uncle baby, and I'm your uncle, and I'm your aunt. So like just so the family won't know at the family reunion, we got to get rid of you. So now you're an orphan, just so the family won't look bad or this person won't look that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like some I have to go through the fucking the damn abortion to keep it quiet. Okay, well damn, granddaddy didn't fuck the granddaughter, and damn, she finna have a baby. I mean that time it's shown the color purple. It's shown in this.
I understand. You saying there's a lot of nuance.
As far as like
it's a lot of nuance to the conversation.
As far as like saying like I could vouch for why it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? The subject that we brought up.
Yeah.
So like, you know, down south, even like from my grandma in them era, a lot of that you wish they
but
probably
that's all
wish
the
they
communities,
had.
G. And I brought up the black community because you guys are targets, bro.
Yeah.
Specifically, not because I'm fucking acting like I know about the black community.
Oh, no,
I know that you're
take it as
targets.
that.
No, I'm saying it. I'm saying it though. I'm letting it be known for our listeners and everyone out there. These are things I study, and I know for a fact that Margaret Sanger pushed abortion to purposely kill black and brown babies. That's a fact. I know that the first head of Planned Parenthood was a knight of the Ku Klux Klan. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I know that prophylactics, condoms were invented specifically to target the black and brown communities. That's why I'm speaking on these things. So
and kind of Ronnie too, and I don't know if maybe you already understood this, but Emmett's agreeing with what you're saying because that
I don't want you guys to think.
No, hold on. I want you to understand.
I'm feuding.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I want to say this part though, like. We may have all been raised on the paradigm that you just expressed. Yeah. Like you don't speak on, that's the woman's decision because that's what we've been told.
Yeah.
But what we're challenging is that correct? That's the part I think.
But what do a man got anything
you just
to
went
do
in,
with a woman's private part?
But that's not her private part. That's the baby.
That's
yours,
where it come
bro.
from, though.
Okay,
That's
let me ask
though.
you another question. Let me ask you another question. Let me
Let
pose a question.
Way of thinking.
But no, it took your private part too, Ronnie.
That's
it took
what I'm
your
saying.
private
That's
part
your baby.
too,
But
right?
let me pose this question.
Two private parts to collide.
Let me pose this question.
Go ahead.
No, let me pose this question.
All I don't want you to have to.
I want to pose this question.
All we're trying to say though is, isn't it worth inspecting?
But I'm saying,
I want to pose this question.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask this
because
question.
We're saying that there's a reason why the male has been eradicated from that decision.
Yeah.
Because the decision shouldn't just be one-sided. Does she have the final say? You're damn right, because it is her body, like you just said. Yeah. But tell me this then, Ronnie, shouldn't our opinion at least be heard? Doesn't your opinion matter in the matter?
Hey, you can say what you want in this world.
I'm asking you though, bro. Do you think
I don't
that
have the answers? I'm sway. I don't have the answers.
Okay, but if I'm giving you a hypothetical,
yeah,
you have children, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a discussion of if you were going to have said child or not, don't you think that your opinion matters in that situation?
If my daughter at the age where she can go have sex and shit like that. No, I'm not
talking about your daughter, bro. I'm talking about you.
But what are we talking about, though?
Never mind.
We talking about what see, now you're trying to make it like I'm just tune me out because I'm not on you. What your page is.
I was trying to do that. I just don't think you're trying to understand.
When people do that, though, like that's usually what that mean. But I'm just really pretty much, man, talking about the abortion issue.
I just don't want to get stuck. That's all, Ronnie.
The abortion issue is what we talking about, right? Only thing I'm saying is, as a man, I'm not inclined to discuss about a woman's reproduction area.
And that's why I kind of just gave it up because I don't think
that's just my opinion.
I don't think you was really trying to follow my train of questioning, so that's why I just said never mind.
I'm sorry you think that way, bro, but that ain't what it was, though.
Yeah, because I'm truly asking you, don't you think we at least have an opinion? But you just went and restated your original premise again.
For sure. Yeah. Have at it.
That's all I was saying, Ron.
I got you.
Yeah, like the male opinion should at least matter. I'm not saying that I have any final say on what.
So
the
you want me to say it's okay to say
the
male have opinion? I will agree to you on that.
I was just asking you,
but not for me personally.
Like he's saying, it's more than just her box, bro.
Right.
It's
but
a
for
life
me personally,
that can be
I'm just
created.
speaking on me personally.
Right, and that's what I was asking for your opinion.
And the way where I grew up at. You just know your place as a man, like stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about something on male type tip, like if I'm not gay, I can't speak on gay shit. If I'm not a woman, I can't speak on women things. I'm not gonna talk about what tampon my girl should use because
true. But I guess I'm just the type I challenge old trains of thought because back in the day,
I don't think babies are women things.
That's what I was just about to say. My grandfather,
they carry them how you figure.
But this is the
they
thing.
Go through
I made it though, bro. I made it,
dude. You just donated. You just donated.
But listen, time changes though,
Ron. That's what you believe, bro.
Exactly.
I don't believe that. So
you're gonna truly tell a lady?
Okay, let me pose two questions.
Walk up to a lady.
I have two questions. I will go to an abortion rally and hand a woman who's there in an abortion rally with her daughter a gun, and say, finish the job.
Hey,
why is this bitch alive? Why is she here?
Yeah.
You want everyone to kill your baby, but you kept yours. Because my aunt and my cousin, they go to abortion rallies together. And I always want to ask my cousin or my aunt, why didn't you kill her? Yeah. Why the fuck is my cousin standing next to you at an abortion rally? What sense does that make?
Who usually at them rallies, though?
What do you mean who's at the rally?
Ladies, right?
Yeah.
So that's my point exactly. Like, ain't no man gonna be over there hooping and hollering about that. You know what I mean? Just on the street.
Right, because they want to have abortions.
I don't know what they want, but from the vision, if I ride past one, I'm only gonna see a lot of ladies.
Yeah, but those are ladies that want to have abortions.
Oh, we know why they're there.
Okay, let me give you two questions. So,
but I'm saying, I'm sorry if I'm not saying something that.
You don't have to apologize.
No, that is not going on the wave. On the wave.
You don't have to apologize.
But what I'm saying is just like don't get me wrong. Like from the general public, if I go past that place, it's gonna be a lot of ladies out there. You feel me? Like women, feminists, whatever. They have the right to because they ladies.
I follow what you're saying.
So
100%.
I'm saying if a guy out there, it look kind of like, oh, okay, maybe he's with his lady or something. I don't know, but it's rare, bro. So we stay in our lane. I hate that it's happening, and I'm sorry.
I don't stay in my lane.
Let me just speak on that real quick. I just want to speak on that.
So for an issue like that, I mean,
I don't do that, bro.
Let me speak on that real quick.
I disagree with it.
Let me speak on that real quick.
Wholeheartedly. That's why I have 3 children.
We can
not
agree
saying
to
you
disagree.
Personally, but I'm just saying. Like,
I just want to make a point though, because what you're saying is totally valid.
I still
Ronnie.
got 2 questions.
And I agree with what you're saying because that's the old school premise. Is like men handle men
honestly,
stuff.
I just don't want even if it wasn't old school. In my spirit, I don't want to fight over nothing like that. Like I don't want to talk about what's going on with a lady body.
That's fine. That's fine.
You feel me?
I was
just in my own spirit,
and that's fine. And I respect that as well.
And I don't want to put it on a stamp
so I'm not
like
trying
I
to
got
label
old
what
school
you're saying. I was just
going to
make a point. Yeah. I just didn't get to it because I keep getting interrupted. My point is I was going to bring up my grandfather, bro. My grandfather told me that he didn't get to even hold or You know how when a baby is young and you feed them, you got to hold them, you got to pretty much do everything for them, change their diapers.
Right.
He didn't do any of that because in his time that wasn't a man's responsibility, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of men probably that were raised or raised their kids in the
facts,
50s
facts.
and 60s, and at that time it just wasn't common for the man to have to do those things. Those were thought of as woman things, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all I was gonna say to you, brother, is unfortunately, when my mama was being at that time, when she was the youngest, and my mama's the youngest of 5, so he didn't do that with any of the rest, but with my mama, he actually did, because my grandmother was so sick after the childbirth that she couldn't physically do it, so he had to. And he said he wishes that he would have done that with all the rest of his children, because he just didn't know how much of a connection that builds holding that baby in that moment. And I know you know this too, and you probably understand already the reason why I'm saying this is because things change, brother, as information changes. Like, so at one time, a man wasn't even a part of, that precious moment when the child was being born, because he was probably doing manly stuff like working or bringing home the bacon, you know what I mean? But now, man, I was a part of all of that, brother. I was the first skin that my baby felt, because when he was born, just like you said on a previous episode, cesareans, man, they cut my wife open and she was recovering, bro. And I had the honor of holding my baby first, because I understood how important that is for that flesh on flesh, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm saying a lot of men have, taken on, more roles than previous years and previous generation, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to change your stance at all, brother, but I'm saying
What stance is that?
Your stance that you said you don't have any say on a woman's private part.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, brother, I was there when from the time that I was connected to my child before he was even born. I was speaking to my baby in the womb, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, me and I'll take it even further, Ronnie. I did a ceremonial ritual when I impregnated my wife with my child. So that's how connected to the process I feel I was. I even cleansed my body so that my semen would be as proper as I wanted it to be. Drinking nothing but green juice and water, like no extra toxins, you know what I mean? Because I wanted my semen to be the shit, you know what I mean?
That was
I was
you.
high on PCP.
I'm saying all that to say, Ronnie,
that was more for you than your wife, though, right?
For the child, really? But yeah, for my wife too.
Yeah,
But
how
yeah,
you just
in my
explained
mind,
it right now,
because I
want
want
real
to
passionate about.
Because I want to pass on my seed, and it's gonna be the one that passes on the next seed and the next seed. You know what I mean?
That's congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome, bro. But for me, just saying, for me personally, for this whole subject,
right?
Like all a woman want to do is get that thing out of them, bro. Whether they want to keep it or not, and that's a decision that she can come to a conclusion on. Us men, we could want it and all that, but if she don't love you and you think she do, she has the right to abort that motherfucker. Whether y'all, you know what I'm saying, together, married or not. That's because she's got to carry that seed in her for 9 months.
And I never really wanted to say that she doesn't have that right, brother.
I just
wanted to say
I do.
I'm not saying
I'll say
you
it
did either, though. But I'm just saying
in Flores, and I hate abortion.
Oh yeah. But
so there we cover all angles right here.
Let's get it smooth,
I
though.
hate that.
No one's saying nobody did anything.
100%.
And I'm like, it's up to you.
I'm not saying
that shit should be illegal.
Let me stop you right there. You said
should
4.
be illegal.
It's not. I didn't give you an answer. What I'm down with. I say that's not my decision.
You said it's not your decision. You're correct. Sorry, I don't want to.
I'm for it or against it.
And he's not con. It's just I was just.
I am.
No. Because.
But I'm glad you clarifying your decision.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you in the box.
No, it's all good. That's just shit, man.
But let me. So I just
see that was good though. That was the good, point. Because who know that we had all that differing opinions on that.
The point that I want to make about the whole thing is the underlying thing about the whole thing at the end of the day is really why they're doing that is because the big holdout for getting the shot is my body, my choice. So they're getting rid of my body, my choice all the way around.
Ooh, they like, oh, you want to pull the my body, my choice? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
so now there is no my body, my choice. So really, at the end of the day, it's not about really getting rid of that law.
Well, now that you said that, then that's scary, bro.
You feel what I'm saying, right?
That's scary.
Because now there's no leg to stand on.
Right.
Because everyone's been like, well, wait a minute, bro. You guys are the same people that want everyone to get shots, which is the truth, right? The left, the Democrats, is the same one that want to have abortions and shit, but then it's their body and their choice. And they're the same ones that want everyone to get the fucking shot. Well, it's my body, my choice. I thought,
Right.
but apparently only when it's what you want.
Sheesh.
So by getting rid of that law, now no one has any leg to stand on. Now they can't be like, yo, dude, I want abortion. Like, no one can say anything now. It's like, yo.
Right. And that's the thing, too, is no offense to anybody on how they feel, but I just feel like whenever someone's saying your opinion on something doesn't matter, that's for a reason. So when they've exited out the male opinion on this matter and saying that it's a woman matter, I feel like that's for a reason.
Yeah.
So that's my thinking on that.
Yeah. I just, that's my, at the end of the day, though, when I think of why they're actually, because we always ask why now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
no,
okay,
that made a lot of sense,
right,
what you just said
right,
about my body, my choice.
Right.
Yeah,
So
for
50
sure.
years, the law's been in effect. Right. So 50 years, we got this law. Why now did they change it? That's the question.
That was my initial, is what provoked this.
Exactly.
What provoked this opinion?
Why?
Yeah.
Some case landed on their fucking
Right.
thing that was
What
bigger
case
than
are we
Roe
looking
versus.
at? Yeah.
Exactly. So there
'Cause
is
the
a
only
case.
I see on the news is Johnny Depp everywhere. That's
Right.
all everybody
But there-
talking about.
But there's a case, let's say.
Okay.
But now they're going to use that. Like, okay, wait a minute, man. They could be using this. Excuse me, I should say they could
Because we still
be using
haven't
this.
seen it.
But you understand what I'm saying,
any
bro?
reference to any case.
Because before, anybody who didn't want it, not anybody, but let's say you didn't want to get the shot, and you referenced that, and you're like, hey, man, my body, my choice. I mean, if you want to get an abortion, right? Which makes total sense. It's logical. Now they get rid of that, right? Now there is no my body, my choice. Not for the woman. Regardless on what we all agree, we can all agree now there is no choice. You feel what I'm saying, right? No choice at all for anybody. Whether the woman wants the abortion or whether the man, woman, or whatever gender they claim to be wants the shot.
Right.
Or not. You feel what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. That's the sneaky shit behind it. Under the guise of, hey, man, let's make all the fucking... So, and the fight will be just like we talked, obviously. It wasn't a fight. But the fight will be out there on the streets. Right? Abortion. Not abortion. Not realizing the whole time it's like, whatever, bro. As long as we're here jabbing you the fuck up, dude, go ahead and have your fight. That's a good one, dude. That's a really good one. Because I've even mentioned that, bro, on the pod before.
My body,
plenty
my
of
choice.
times. Yeah, plenty of times. Roe versus Wade, plenty of times, bro. And now look. Now it's like, nah, dog. You got none of that. There's nothing there to stand on, bro. So... anyways, could be, maybe not. Maybe it's just some fucking...
That was a good discussion, though.
Republican judge.
And Ronnie,
doing their
what
thing.
I want to say, though, out of that, man, because, you know, it's all love, brother. I wasn't... when I did that, never mind, don't ever think that's because I wasn't trying to continue to explain. I just didn't want us to go in circles, bro, because we got a you know, people watching. You know what I mean? If me and you really want to...
for that.
No, bro, I love you, brother. I wanted to... It wasn't even an apology moment, but since you apologized, I apologize to you, brother, because I didn't want you to feel like I was putting you in a box or trying to sum up your words, because you very well can eloquent yourself, eloquent yourself, however you say that word.
Electrocute.
Yeah, there you go. You're very eloquent, brother. You know how to
What
speak.
the fuck? What are we doing
Yeah,
over
you know
here?
how to speak for your damn self. No, but I'm just saying, because, I felt like Ronnie felt like he was getting attacked there 2-on-1. But
he was. He was getting attacked. I was getting ready to attack him.
Yeah, and from me, it wasn't even an attack. It was kind of me saying, like, I understand where
I just
you're
like two
coming
black
from.
guys fighting each other because I'm a white devil. That was my favorite part.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Our
That
show
was-
is
that was-
I was
about.
like, I hope one of them pulls a fucking
Look,
gun out.
This
That'll really make my night.
This Candyland, and we the two Mandingo niggas fighting.
The only
in front
thing,
of,
I swear to God, the only
they
thing that would have been cooler if I had a fucking sheriff's badge on right now. I would have been
some
like, this
Django
feels
shit.
right. This feels right. Yeah.
That was when we was going back and forth about the native stuff.
my
Yeah.
Ronnie was like black, and I'm
I
like
was like-
native and black, native.
I was like, you see? This is exactly what I told you,
It's
son.
working.
I knew they'd turn on each other eventually.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.